You hear me talk about arbitrage quite a bit. I have it on our daily movers spreadsheet that I post for our heroes every day. It's on the weekend report when that goes up, and I talk about it quite a bit in general, but what the heck is arbitrage? Hey there, John Henry here, SSFTG. Welcome to the video. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome my friend. I hope to earn your like and subscription today. Arbitrage at its core is really just the act of buying in one market and selling in another market for a profit, generally, or at least hopefully, right? We actually had an incredible write-up done in our Woodhood Discord server by Tom. Thank you so much for that write-up. It was incredible. I made sure to pin it in the Woodhood general chat. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check the pinned messages. Before we jump on into what arbitrage is and how we can use it to further our UPX stacks, make sure to swing over to the merch store at ssftg.live/merch. 50% of all of the profits from the merch sales go towards our chosen autism charity of the month. For July, the Woodhood is focusing on the National Autism Association. Make sure to swing over to the NAA's website and check out their awesome Give a Voice program, nationalautismassociation.org. Absolutely amazing stuff going on over there. So in the case of Upland, we're looking to maximize our gains utilizing two different markets, buying in one, selling in the other, the act of arbitrage. We're buying in USD to sell in UPX for a profit. Now, as most Uplanders know, and if you don't know, you will soon find out, USD properties within the game typically demand lower prices than UPX. And really what that means is that if a property would sell for 20,000 UPX, it may only sell for 14 USD. It's relatively straightforward as to why, right? UPX is easier to get. I mean, it's plain and simple. We earn APY on our properties in UPX, and we get those collection rewards in UPX, right? We get our sends and our giveaways in UPX. Everything is done in UPX. It's just easier to get a hold of. Now, based on natural supply and demand and the laws of all of that fun stuff, when you have more of it, typically it's going to demand a higher price because, well, everybody has more of it. Now, I'm sure there's a little bit of inflation in that too, but I mean, realistically, if we're doing it in this way and our goal is to generate as much UPX as possible, I can generate over 20 to 50%, sometimes even more, by buying in USD, buying a property in USD, and selling it in UPX, versus going to the store in the corner page and buying UPX from there. There's nothing wrong with that, and if you need UPX quick, buying it from the store is definitely the way to go because you're not guaranteed to flip a profit, whereas if you just buy it from the store, that UPX is going to land in your account immediately. There is a give and take relationship. But realistically here, if we're utilizing arbitrage to really stack our UPX stacks, too many stacks in there, then this is going to be the best way to do it, is utilizing the USD to UPX disparity. That's a huge advantage if we're looking to gain UPX. So let's take a look at an example over on upxland.me. Now, if we go into for sale properties in UPX, and we look at this based on markup prices, right? Only markup prices. And let's do a search for, well, we're in San Francisco already, so let's do a search for San Francisco. Here we can see that in UPX, the minimum price to sell markup-wise is 213%. So that means that this property was minted at or purchased at 18,290 UPX right here, and it's being sold at 38,999. It's 213% markup. If we look at this in USD and do the search again, all of a sudden now this has dropped to 172%. In San Francisco, it's still a gain, but this is minting from 43,660 and selling for 75. It's not quite even over the 200% mark. That's the difference that we're talking about there between the USD and UPX side of things. Now you'll notice that I'm searching by markup, and that's because just because something is cheap doesn't mean that it's good, right? Cheap does not always equal good. What we're looking for is good value, and value is found in the markup. If we can buy things at an incredibly cheap markup, or even low markup in the sense of they minted it at 10,000 and we're buying it at $8, that means that we're buying it lower than markup. That's even better. So when I'm hunting for properties, I'm hunting for it based on markup. I don't care about the sale price necessarily, because the lowest sale price might be 1,000% markup because it's a 3 UP squared size, right? It could be an incredibly tiny thing that was minted for almost nothing, and they're selling it at the floor. So I don't necessarily want to look at the cheapest. So utilizing this and going into upxland.me, let's go to an area that is more likely to have these properties. When I say more likely, we're going to be looking at areas that still have properties to be able to be minted. If I can go to an area and mint a property, why would I buy it for more than markup, right? That doesn't make any sense. I could just go there and buy it. The only way that I would do it would be to get collections that are minted out or sold out. So in this case, we want to focus on areas that still have properties to mint, because those are going to be areas that people are going to offload generally at deeper discounts. Los Angeles, Nashville, those are the types of areas that are going to have them. So looking at Los Angeles, if we look at for sale in USD based on markup and do a search off of this, now we can see that we're actually looking at a 60% markup. That means that this was minted at 19,920 UPIX and it's being sold for $12. Now that's absolutely insane. Now, the cool thing is it's absolutely insane in all of the right ways, right? These are the kinds of things that we're looking for. Because realistically, if I were to go in and I were to buy this property, right, I could buy it at $12, and let's put the fees on so we see what it is after the fees. Fees definitely take a part of this. I'm looking at this and paying $12.60 after the fees. If I were to turn around and let's say sell it at the mint price, I could sell it at the mint price, and let's say lower than the mint price. Let's just say I'd list it at $19,000. Right? A full almost 1,000 UPIX under mint price in UPIX. Very likely going to sell pretty quickly, and we can check the UPIX floor in markup as well, just to see where we should price it to get it going quickly. But we're looking at a very big difference there. You're looking at like a 30% markup difference in math, even after fees. 30% profit's crazy. One of the things that I love about this kind of strategy is that I can go in with a budget. You know, let's say I missed the Las Vegas launch and I really didn't get a chance to do a whole lot there, and I just want to see what's in Vegas. Are there any good deals in Vegas that I might be able to snag? 56%. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, $433 is a pretty big chungus property there. But I mean, look at the value of that. Just consider the math of this, right? This looks like it was a Flamingo Road, probably bought it on speculation for a collection, totally flopped. This is why I don't speculate and buy massive properties in collections. But if they pay off, man, they can definitely be worthwhile. This one didn't, and this is what happens. Still 433 USD, but look at the value on this, right? Really consider what this is saying. If I were to buy this for $433, right, let's look at the detailed information on this. This is earning 9,373 UPIX. So if I take this 9373.19 and I divide it by my purchase price, which remember, in this case would be $433, and we'll even do the fees in there too, $454. If we combine this into UPIX, right? 454,650. It's by 1,000. Pretty easy math, right? This will give us our monthly percentage. This is earning 2% a month, right? So, I mean, realistically, if we're looking at this at 12 months, this by itself, buying it at this steep of a discount, is offering almost 25% APY on something like this because of that discount. I mean, this is why I hunt for these properties. And that's not even in a collection. So if you factor in the collection boosts on top of that, I mean, it takes the earnings on these through the freaking roof. It's incredible. And that's why these undermints in USD specifically for arbitrage, ooh, man, these are sweet deals. I hope this guide helps you in understanding what arbitrage is and how it works and how it can really benefit us in really getting those thick UPIX stacks. This is what you're going to see me. If I'm putting USD into the game in any way, shape, or form, it's almost always going to be in the form of undermint properties because that's where the value is. Even if I'm deciding to not sell them, they're earning 20% by themselves. Why would I ever get rid of them? And if I do need to get rid of them, let's say a new car comes out or we need to pick up a new ornament for our houses or whatever, then I can sell them at or even below mint and still make a profit. And they're going to sell quick because they're below mint in UPIX. It's an incredible type of inventory to have on your hands. And if you do have any of those questions, make sure to get them in the comments below too, because this is a concept that you can use not just in Upland. You can build, and many people do build, entire businesses, real life businesses off of this very concept. Go to Walmart, go down the clearance aisle, find the super cheap stuff that's clearanced probably a little bit too much, and then flip them on eBay for a little bit of a discount so everybody wins. You're making profit, somebody else is getting a discount. It's the same thing. Drop shipping, same concept, right? You see this throughout the world all over the place. Of course, naturally, it's going to work in Upland as well. That's going to do it, though. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day in the metaverse, and thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the next one. Bye.